Hi, everyone. So what we're going to focus on today is not only taking, your purpose statement, but also being able to find one, an occupation, and two, an industry that matches your values and your career interests. But then also we'll go into how to find different jobs, different companies, and different organizations that really sing to your heart and align to those things. So what I'm going to do in this video is walk through the career test and as well as the O-Net test that you're going to take and how to utilize those tools. So what I'll do here is I'm going to share my screen with you. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Share my entire screen. We're actually going to go into this. Okay. So you should see the career test result on this page. You're going to go, I provided the link in the module, but you're going to go to this test. You're going to go through a series of questions. You're going to have a career test result page, okay? And there will be 6 different personality types based on what you answered that fall into these different categories. What you're going to do, you can save the report. You can also I think you press Control P in order to Microsoft Print to PDF it. That's kind of a good way to do it and upload some of those results to the Google Stream. So there are, like I said, 6 different personality types, if you will, that kind of categorize based on your career interests. I actually went through this test myself, so these are my results, and I'll kind of walk through how to use these best. You can actually click and learn more about each of the different sections within here. For me, mine is social, and we'll kind of go into what each of these mean. But for me, mine is social, and this is just helpful to know as you're looking into jobs to see what kind of jobs relate. And what you'll do here is you'll look across in the section different jobs that the career test recommends. Again, this isn't going to be 100% accurate. It might not even be in the correct industry. So that's why it's really important to kind of focus in on what kind of industry you want to go into and things like that. So for example, a podiatry assistant, that's not an industry that I would want to go into. I'm not interested in medical sales and whatnot. But the reason why this may have matched so high is because of that social skill, right? It's allowing me to connect with people, provide and educate others. But, definitely go through this list. There will be some different occupations that pop up. And then from there, you can click on ones that interest you. So for me, for example, I think I found it within here. So there's like a career guidance advisor, right? So you can look, let me actually go up one. So this describes what a career guidance advisor is. I'm going to open this link in a new tab. And it gives a ton of different positions or a ton of different information, excuse me, about the job itself. You can see, where it kind of lies within I guess different streams in which this particular career type can go into. And there's a lot of different understandings on, different objectives, the labor market, what it's looking like, and things like that. There's also skills, things that skills that align to the job itself, and being able, with this, you want to be able to articulate some of these skills, not only in your resume, but then also during an interview. And we'll kind of go over that as we're progressing through the Meant for More course. But one of the things I wanted to call out as well is that on here, if I go all the way up to the top, you can actually look at the different job postings on talent.com. So I'm going to X out of this. But these are different jobs that are popped up within the different area. It's very similar to LinkedIn in a sense, but this is just showing some of those different positions and whatnot. So this could help in regards to searching for jobs. You could search salaries, you know, all this kind of stuff. So for example, if I were to search jobs here, I can search, you know, maybe career assistant in the Texas area, because that's where I'm at. You know, you could go 15 miles. You can even go remote if you want. Just a lot of different things. You can even search for a company name, and we'll get to that in a little bit. You could search by the title. You could search by the day in which it was posted. And this is a way for you to just kind of explore some more opportunities that are out there in the job market outside of LinkedIn. So that's, again, one way in which you kind of search for positions and really start that search. So that's test number one. Again, it's this 1, 2, 3 career test. The next thing I'm going to show you is the O-Net Interest Profiler. So again, I provided the link in the course itself of to actually take the exam, and you'll go through, you know, in here, I think I could go backwards. Yeah, you'll go through rates of strongly disagree to strongly agree, or strongly like, excuse me, strongly dislike and strongly like. And then from there, it'll break down your results. Make sure that you're not answering too many ones that are unsure. Again, we don't want, similar to the personality assessments, we don't want you to be in the middle of the line. The stronger that you can really gravitate your answers. So if you see mine, for example, I don't even have any unsures. I kind of think about what I strongly dislike and strongly like, and then go from there. Like I said, there's like the 6 personality types, very similar to here. Scroll all the way to the top. Very similar to here. So again, the percentages might not be exactly accurate, but it should be you know, pretty close to what you had results in for this test. And this is a really good way. I mean, you could look it on this 1, 2, 3 career test. But you can actually look it up here as well. I think these kind of provide a little bit more short to the point. So for example, social was my big one by far. And this is like working with others to help them learn and grow. They like working more with people. So teaching, giving advice, helping and being of service to people. Definitely my kind of tea, if you will. There's also another section here. There's different job zones. So how much training, education, and experience do you need within the job? And you can look at what each of these descriptions entails to give, to answer that question of what kind of job preparation you would need. For me, I did job zone 4, high preparation needed. You know, I achieved a 4 years bachelor. And, you know, kind of have some experience and have some training in it. So that was for me. It could look differently for you, but just something to consider. But more importantly, what's going to pop up, again, are the jobs that align to what you're interested in particular. So, for example, you know, I see, for me at least, that there are a lot of different opportunities. Again, this is just a suggested list, but you can go into, for example, this was for me like a career education, right? So I can look in this, really understand what knowledge, what skills are needed, abilities. I mean, it really goes into, it really goes into detail on all of this stuff. But what's really important here is that you can find the job outlook. So if new job opportunities are more likely or less likely in the future, if so, they provide a salary range. And this is going to be really important when you're going into salary negotiations. You can actually check out local salary information on this site by, for example, I'll just put in the Texas area. This is, whoop, yep, this is for the state of Texas. and it provides some statistics on this. Lots of different opportunities, and this is super helpful, especially if you're looking to move to another state. And of course, you can find jobs on here as well. This is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, like the job page. So this will be really helpful for you. Again, there's a lot of different ways that you can pull sources. So from Indeed, from ZipRecruiter, whatever it may be. And then it'll actually kind of pull different resources and job opportunities for you. If it loads. Yeah, here we go. So this is actually pulled from Indeed, and it shows some of these different occupations that are actually on the job market right now. And you'll see a lot of these that were actually posted for a super long time. So, which is really, really good news, and kind of go from there. Stay in the call. Okay. So that's kind of a walkthrough of 𝘱𝘕net. Again, if, for example, you see this little sunshine, this means that there's a bright outlook for it. So the career will grow rapidly in the next few years, and just things like that to look through. I also want to show you on, the home page of this. So after you go through your results, I'd love for you to print out, just kind of print out this page. I think that this will be helpful. Again, the puzzle pieces, just kind of jumping around here, but the puzzle pieces show a best fit versus a great fit. And there's actually different job zones that show, if you need little or no preparation or extensive preparation needed. Some of these, like low barrier ones, for example, it might be helpful to dive into these as you're considering, if you're in a career transition and you're pinched for money. For example, maybe being a barista for a little bit, it kind of aligns with your interests, gives you some experience, and then go from there. A couple other things that I wanted to show, aside from printing out the page, you can actually press this home button. I'm going to open the link in a new tab. We went over this section. This is the interest profiler, but you can also search with keywords. You can also browse careers by industry. So for example, if you knew that you wanted to be for example, for me, being in the education space, right? You can look up a ton of different opportunities in this area and go from there. You can also look up keywords. So for me, if I wanted to be a career advisor, I could see what kind of opportunities, oops, that's not spelled correctly, but I can see what different opportunities are out there. So again, just something to look for. 𝘱𝘕net is nationally recognized. It's really a great way to really understand what your next move is, not only within the occupation that you want to get into, but then also the different industry and even the different job market that you're getting into. So I just wanted to provide some tidbits on that, and then we'll kind of take this video, take what we learned, and figure out how to actually start, one, finding jobs, and then two, looking for companies that match your values. So we'll talk soon. Thank you so much.